What is the terrifying body horror that Senator Kelly had to go through? What exactly did Magneto do to him during his experiment? And what were Senator Kelly's unstable abilities as a mutant? This video answers these and other fascinating questions regarding the 2000 movie X-Men. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support the video with your activity, thumbs up and comments. This is very important for me. Enjoy! I've mentioned several times that the first two parts of the X-Men franchise, directed by Bryan Singer, stand out from the rest due to their convincing atmosphere of oppressive body horror. We've analyzed this in detail using the example of Logan's memories of his time at Alkali Lake Base in Canada. And most importantly, the director managed to convey all of this to the viewers with literally children's age rating. However, Logan's transformation, which again reflects the fear of becoming a helpless victim in the hands of a mad scientist, is far from the last and certainly not the most horrifying element of the first film in terms of sheer body horror. Of course, I mean Senator Kelly's horrifying and repulsive transformation. The transformation into what he hated most, a mutant. He represented hatred to them throughout his whole political career. He had been heading toward it and driven by it his entire life. And he didn't hide it. Quite on the contrary, in fact, he was proud of it. This is a war, and in this war, humanity needs people like him, as the senator put it, speaking about himself, unofficially, of course. Naturally, such a straightforward approach from a politician and lobbying for the Mutant Registration Act couldn't fail to provoke a reaction from the opposing side, represented by Eric Lensher, better known as Magneto. Now, unfortunately for the senator, Magneto had a much more radical attitude toward humans. At that time, Magneto was planning nothing less than a straight-up genocide against humanity, albeit within New York. In fact, Magneto's initial plan involved forcibly transforming human population into mutants using his gene machine, which operates with his electromagnetic powers. And importantly, Magneto didn't always realize his device would lead to a sudden death, but more on that later. Of course, there could be no better candidate for Magneto to test his gene machine for a first time than a man who personified exasperation towards mutants, Senator Kelly. For this purpose, Mystique and Toad kidnapped the senator along with his helicopter. I'd like to highlight the director's skill in creating a tense atmosphere with a PG-13 rating once again. Mystique's first appearance, let's just say the audio-visual solutions do their job. By the way, the first films in the franchise show interesting anatomical details in Mystique's transformations, which also have a touch of body horror. If you're interested in this topic, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on Mystique. And so, Magneto utters his iconic "God works too slow," after which he activates his devilish machine in front of the bewildered senator. However, the waves of radiation emanating from the machine painfully pierce through the senator's body, telling Robert Kelly that he will never be the same again. After a while, Magneto comes to his senses. Yes, the experiment with the machine activation almost killed him, and comes to visit Senator Kelly in his cell. Magneto wants to know if the senator feels renewed. But the senator is nowhere to be found in his cell. He is very close, however. Earlier we saw how the senator's head, trapped in a cage, was sweating. And yes, this is no longer sweat. This is slime. Slime produced by the senator's body, in this case with the sole purpose of helping him escape from the cage. The slime will help him squeeze his body between the bars of the cage. And this slime is produced in addition to another ability that the senator has now acquired. His body has become elastic, and I mean his entire body. Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves and define the nature of Senator Kelly's abilities right away. Remember in X-Men First Class there was a mutant nicknamed Darwin. Some might also remember him from the comics. The power of this mutant is his instantaneous, situational evolution. His body instantly adapts to aggressive or simply dangerous environmental conditions. So Senator Kelly's abilities in the X-Men movie are similar to Darwin's abilities. The senator's body here becomes covered in slime and becomes elastic because this will help him escape from the cage. Moreover, this will help him escape silently. However, he didn't get far. Magneto sees the slime trails leading between the bars and realizes where to look for the senator. He finds Robert Kelly clinging to a sheer cliff. It's anyone's guess which specific adaptive ability helped the senator descend down the cliff, even if just a little, as this part was left off screen. Yeah, for an ordinary person, this is far from a simple task, despite what some may think. And this is an interesting point that proves that the senator's adaptive abilities work not only in the manner of aquatic creatures, as many think. They work for terrestrial mammals the same way. This made the senator quite tenacious in those moments. But it is still slime and elasticity of his body that helped the senator escape from Sabretooth's clutches and, most importantly, not crash against the water when falling from a high rock. Then, in order to cover a vast water distance to the nearest shore, the senator transforms into a frightening blind creature that seems to navigate by echolocation, which is quite advanced. A symbiosis of a human and a marine creature. The senator's limbs transform into fins, and his lower limbs become one fin, a tail. As the senator comes ashore, his body undergoes another short intermediate stage of adaptive evolution. For a short time, he transforms into an amphibian, meaning he becomes a dipnoan creature. He has lungs now, but still retains gills. The director's comparison of the senator to a jellyfish in these scenes promises serious problems for Robert Kelly. Yes, we saw a kid poking a jellyfish with a stick, and we also saw how, for a short time, the senator's body looked gelatinous, somewhat transparent. All of this is not a coincidence. The senator heads to the only place he can go now, Xavier's school. Logan is the first to meet him, and from Logan's expression it becomes clear that something is wrong with the senator. And it's not just that he's suddenly become a mutant. Logan already feels that the senator's mutation is unnatural. The senator is dying. After an examination, Jean Grey concludes that the senator's body is rejecting the mutation that appeared in his genome unnaturally. His cells are rapidly deteriorating. The same destiny awaits those who would be affected by Magneto's gene machine. From the moment the senator arrives at Xavier's school, we notice that his body starts losing a lot of water. Yes, this time it's water, not anything else. If we listen closely, we can even hear his internal organs seemingly turning into water. And yes, that's actually what's happening. The senator will perish, literally turning into water. But why did this happen? Here's why. Yes, after being exposed to Magneto's gene machine, the process of rejecting the mutation was triggered in the senator's cells, leading to their rapid destruction. However, the adaptive nature of the senator's powers and the long time he spent in water influenced the manner of his death, I'll put it that way. There are many ways the senator could have died, depending on the environment he had spent his last moments in. I mean that after getting out of the water, the broken mutation in the senator did not stop the process of adaptation to aquatic environment in his body. And in particular, in these scenes, we see how the senator literally transforms into a giant jellyfish. Yes, all this time the senator's mutation had been adapting his body to the form of a jellyfish. That's why his body sometimes looked kind of transparent. Why a jellyfish though, and what for? The reason lies in the same broken mutation. His cells are deteriorating. They are degrading. Along with them, the senator is also degrading into a simple protozoa creature, a jellyfish. However, the jellyfish form is not the final stage of the senator's cell's degradation. Jellyfish's body is made up of 98% water. Therefore, the next logical stage in the senator's degradation is a puddle of water spilled on the floor. That's why lately the senator's been losing a large amount of water. And I sure hope this video didn't feel overly watered down with all these descriptions. Anyway, if you liked it, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and comment. Your support is very important. See ya!